What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and we're going to be going over the charts real quick. Just going to take a real quick look at the Dow. If you want to see more detail on the Dow, you can go back to yesterday's video. But then we're going to jump right into Bitcoin and start taking a look at, we're going to start out with the daily, then we're going to look at the weekly and monthly, and then, of course, we're going to look at the 4-hour chart showing a Elliot wave count that I want you guys to watch for and be aware of. Might be some awesome trading opportunities. So let's get into it. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up. Leave your comments below. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And make sure you tick that notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. All right, so this is the rising channel we had been watching on the Dow Jones. We have broken down through it. As of right now, the Dow is not open. But let's see where we open and close today. That's going to be a big deal. If we stay outside of the bottom of this channel, right, we close back down here again. I do believe we are headed towards around 38.9 for the Dow. Now, if you want to see the big picture on the Dow, look at yesterday's video and explains why I think we could see some huge market drops. Let's take a look at Bitcoin now. Here's Bitcoin on the daily. This is our support trend line that we've been watching right off of these two tops right here, and we did get a bounce there. So our next target, if Bitcoin remains bullish, would be around 115, 116 range, right? Depending on how long it takes. The longer it takes, the higher that goes. But I do believe if we do break down below this bottom trend line here, that's going to become our resistance, and then we have much lower to go for Bitcoin. So let's take a look at the weekly. A couple things I want to point out here. Just take a look at it. As you can see, the major bearish divergence we had back here between these two tops and then what followed, right? Now, if you look at these two tops we're in now, if this is a confirmed top, which I'm going to show you how to tell that here in a little bit, but you got your higher highs here, your lower highs in the RSI, there's bearish divergence on the weekly. And if we zoom in here to this candle, this is a bearish engulfing candle. You can see the body and the wick engulfs the prior candle. Bearish candle. Now, if you want to look for some bullishness in here, you could say we're above the 8 EMA, which right now is around 93,232. If it can close the weekly above that, then perhaps we remain bullish, but you'll still have to stay above that for next week to remain bullish. As you can see, the SAR is still showing bullish, but if we go into the 6-day, the SAR is bearish, right? We have our two dots up here. Could have a continuation of the downside. Now, let's take a look at the monthly, and then we'll go into that 4-hour trade chart. Monthly, same thing that we talked about in the last one. You can see there's bearish divergence from this high to this high. We got a higher high, lower high, right? And even in the big picture, higher high, lower high. Huge divergence. Also, on the monthly, last month closed as a graveyard doji. So be cautious, guys, here. I'm telling you, there's nothing saying it can't go up. There's nothing saying it can't go way down, right? I do believe we are going to see some massive volatility, and it's most likely going to be to the downside. So where's your 8 EMA on the monthly? About 81. And as you guys know, I've been calling for about a month now, I've been saying I'm looking for the 79 to 80 range. Now let's go into more detail with that and go into the 4-hour and see what I'm talking about. But first, word from the sponsor, Prime XBT. Definitely check them out. Link is down below. It'll bring you to this page. You can choose between up to a $7,000 bonus and 25% discount on your trading fees. Also, you can trade gold, silver, Forex, Dow Jones, S&P, oil, everything all from one exchange, right? Definitely check them out. You can trade your crypto against the markets, right? So instead of using, like, putting your cash in the markets, you can put your crypto in the markets, whether you're shorting or longing. You can do it both on this exchange using margin. And you can either grow your crypto, grow your dollar, whichever you choose to do by trading against other assets, right? So anyways, now a lot of you guys been asking about a no KYC exchange. We have BitUnix, Link down below also. By using my link, if you deposit $100, you get an automatic $100 put in with it. So there is your no KYC that you've been asking for. All right. So the 4 hour chart, I was looking at this as a rising broadening wedge, right? But as you can see, we've broken this trend line up and down quite a bit. So direction isn't sure at this point. But if we are looking for the bearish count, we're looking at this as a wave one, wave two, wave three. If it's wave three, would get us down to 73.7, right in that range. 73.7, 73.5. Actually, it's 73.5. So let's move that up a little bit or down a little bit. 73.5 would be the 1.618, right? But we got to watch this one-to-one extension here because this could end up being bullish and being a ABC, which would look something like this. You got your A, your B, and then your C would be all the way down to that 83.7. If you get a huge bounce here and start breaking these highs, chances are we got one more push up to that 115, 116 range we were talking about. Now, if we get this count, right? So if you know anything about Elliott wave, if wave 2 is shallow, right, then wave 4 will be deep, and vice versa. If you have a deep wave 4, you usually have, or a deep wave 2, you usually have a shallow wave 4. But now if we put, let's put our Fibonacci retracement on here. If that is the end of 2 right here, right, and 3 gets us down to the 1.618, we would be looking for a bounce anywhere between 86.7 to 89.7, right? So somewhere in this range. And then usually wave 4 or wave 5 is the same length as wave 1, right? So it would get us probably down to around the $70,000 to $71,000 range. Now, if we dig into this, there should be 5 waves within this wave 3, right? So let's get this out of the way. And let's look at this as a possible another 1, 2 of wave 3, right? Let's put this on here and look at where this should get us, right? There's going to be bounces, and people always think the direction has turned just when you have a bounce, right? But unless we break this high, let's just put it at 100,000. Unless we break this 100,000 again, then this could be a wave 1, 2, and then your wave 3 would get you to right here, which is also that one-to-one extension, right? So it could be trickier. Wave 3 is going to be at 83.3 or 83.8, right? Right in that range. So something to be aware of as long as, so I think a safe short, low leverage right now, if you're trading, mind you, none of this is financial advice. Always make your own decisions. Always do your own research. And don't trade off anyone else's opinion. But a good place to be in a short with your stops, as long as you're low leverage, right, would be at 100,000. If looking to start to take profits, once you break this low, take a little bit of profit at 91,000. But you could be coming all the way down to that 83.7. So if that's the case, right, what would that look like? So let's look at the smaller wave within wave 3, right? That would be 1, 2. Your 3 would come down here, which also could be that one-to-one extension, making this a big ABC. But maybe you get another push up here and then a push down for your 5th wave, right? Which would be somewhere down in this range. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out, but that's just another way to look at it. And I could change the color of this one just so you can see that's 5 waves within wave 3 would get you down to about here, right? That would be, obviously, this can all stretch out. It doesn't have to happen fast. And it's going to depend a lot on traditional markets. So watch where that Dow Jones closes today. If it closes at the bottom of this right here, so let's say if it closes below 42,460, chances are Bitcoin's going to drop more this weekend. If it closes above, maybe Bitcoin will have another little rally this weekend, but we'll have to keep a close eye on that. And usually the markets have been, if they're going one direction at open by 10 a.m., they usually reverse. So be careful with that. Keep an eye on it. Yeah. Guys, don't forget, smash that thumbs up. Again, I hope everybody's having a great start of their new year. And let me know in the comments what you think is going on. Do you think Bitcoin's going to see a new all-time high this year, or is it a wrap and we continue down for a big bear market, along with stock markets crashing? As I've said a million times, it's not doom and gloom. If the stock markets crash and a Great Depression style crash, which I do believe is coming, it's going to be a huge opportunity, right? So anyways, guys, be careful, be safe out there, trade safe, always use stops, and I will catch you in the next